The history of Greece is rich and complex, spanning thousands of years. In this brief overview, we will focus on a significant period known as the Dark Ages, which occurred between the Late Bronze Age and the Archaic period around 1100 to 800 BCE. The Dark Ages of Greece, also known as the Homeric Age, encompass the time when the once great Mycenaean civilization collapsed. This event occurred around 1200 BCE, following a series of political, economic, and social crises. The Mycenaean people were responsible for constructing impressive palace complexes, such as the one at Mycenae, and were characterized by their advanced knowledge of warfare, art, and governance. The exact causes of the Mycenaean collapse are still a subject of debate among historians. Some theories suggest that invasions by external forces, such as the mysterious sea peoples, disrupted trade and communication networks, effectively plunging the region into turmoil. Additionally, internal factors such as over-reliance on manpower, economic instability, and strained relationships between city-states, also likely contributed to the downfall. The collapse of Mycenaean civilization resulted in the decline of urban life and the loss of written records. Greece entered a period of regression and poverty, with many areas becoming sparsely populated. This period is often referred to as the Dark Ages due to the lack of written documentation and artistic achievements during this time. However, it was not a complete cultural void. Despite the loss of centralized governance, smaller communities, primarily in rural areas, managed to survive and maintain their way of life. Agricultural practices remained the backbone of Greek society, with farming, herding, and trading becoming the main economic activities. During this time, the population began to disperse, and small villages emerged as the primary social unit. The power vacuum left by the Mycenaeans allowed for the development of various forms of political organization, including monarchy, oligarchy, and tribal systems. One of the most influential factors during the Dark Ages was the establishment of long-distance trade networks. Greek merchants utilized their maritime skills and ventured to far-reaching regions such as Egypt, Phoenicia, and Anatolia. This trade not only allowed for the exchange of goods but also facilitated the transfer of cultural and technological ideas. Around the end of the Dark Ages, new developments began to shape Greek society. The process of colonization emerged as a result of overpopulation and limited resources in the Greek mainland. Greeks set sail to establish new colonies primarily along the Mediterranean and Black Sea coasts. These colonies became important trading hubs, which allowed Greece to expand economically by connecting with other civilizations, such as the Phoenicians. The introduction of iron to Greece during this period also marked a significant technological shift. Iron tools and weapons proved more accessible and affordable to produce compared to the earlier bronze artifacts. This development contributed to an increase in agricultural productivity, leading to population growth and ultimately economic prosperity. As the Dark Ages came to an end, around the 8th century BCE, a new era began to unfold known as the Archaic period. This period witnessed the rise of the city-state, or polis, as the central political entity. Notable states such as Athens and Sparta emerged as dominant powers, leading Greece into the next significant phase of its history. In conclusion, the Dark Ages of Greece, occurring around 1200 BCE, marked a period of decline and regression following the collapse of the Mycenaean civilization. However, despite the loss of urban life and written records, Greece managed to maintain cultural and economic continuity through small, rural communities and long-distance trade. The end of the Dark Ages brought about new political and technological developments that paved the way for the emergence of the city-state and subsequent periods of Greek history.